happy Thursday. So I did have my dentist appointment this morning and it went very well. That's why I'm starting the vlog so late, because I was numb on both sides on the bottom. Like, they even asked me, they were like, are you sure you want to do both today, because you're going to be numb on both sides? I was like, yeah, I just want to get it out of the way, get it done with. So that's what I did. And as I said, it went very well. I mean, I even want to say I had fun talking sports the whole time. Yeah, it was a great time. So shout out to them. But I did finish Worm by Edel Rodriguez. I'm sorry, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that first name correctly. Let's see if I can move y'all just so y'all can see the cover of the book there. Sorry about the blinds being open. I want people to see my Christmas tree, and I like seeing other people's decorations. But I did finish this, and I think I'm gonna do like a 3.5 because I did enjoy it. But it's like, I don't really see myself rereading it, but I do recommend it and think that it is an important read. Now, this is a nonfiction graphic memoir. But yeah, with the impact, that was the thing for me, where it never really hit that much. There were scenes where, yeah, sure, I laughed, but the last chapter is the one that hit the most. It being the lengths that love for a family will go, and the bonds of a family, that I just thought was so powerful and empowering. And I mean, yeah, like the last 5 pages or so had me emotional. So that's when I was like, I'm not gonna give this just 3 stars. My back of my pants are leather and I'm sitting on wood, so if you hear that sticky noise, that's what that is. Research, I only struggle with research. I'm like, this is this man's personal experience, and then at the start we do see just bits of Cuban history, because I mean, Fred, he scared me. I mean, he went running, but he jumped out at me. He jumped off the bed right at me. Oh my gosh, that scared me. Y'all are gonna love that. I scared him. Oh, that was really funny. That was funny. But yeah, Cuban history. Like, I didn't know how Fidel Castro got into power. I remember when that man died. Like, we were all so shocked, because I mean, we associate him with like Stalin, like that era. And that's something that with this book, with the history, that really amazed me, because this is all so recent, and Cuba being so close, that all of this was kind of just happening at our back door, you know, and seeing how today I made the note. So Edel, his family, they saw the rise of communism in Cuba. And he is at this like conference of artists in Bolivia. So they're Latin American artists. And he, you know, he says he's from Cuba, and the other people around the table are like, oh, you have free healthcare there, the schooling, and all, you have all that for free because, you know, communism. And he's like, well, really? But, you know, not really wanting to go into it with these colleagues or whatever. And that is something where it's like, history can be glamorized if not accurately looked at. And that's why I think these kind of books are so important, because I mean, I know it really depends on your country or where you're located. I don't know anybody personally who, do I? No. I don't know anybody personally who is from Cuba, and especially like this generation of, I don't know if he's a boomer or Gen X. I don't remember what year exactly he was born, but like my parents' generation. I don't know anybody who was from Cuba. I don't know what it was like to live under the dictatorship of Fidel Castro, which, as I was saying, that's so recent. So I have met people from Cuba, but not on the level to like talk about politics and government. So it is so important to hear voices from these people, but he is somebody who has lived under a dictatorship, and now he lives in the United States and is just seeing what is happening now, like January 6th, a coup, because a coup is what put Fidel Castro in power in Cuba. And just seeing the parallels is extremely fascinating, because I would have never thought of it. And even just early on seeing some stuff with Castro, I was like, I know a leader who would do stuff like that, and then obviously at the end, because I wasn't sure what year this book was published. I'm still actually not sure. Let's see. So I didn't know the lengths of where it would go, of how modern it would get. So this was published in 2023. And that was, so it was just like, I mean, I don't want to say it was refreshing, the book's about to fall, but it was like, oh yeah, that's definitely what he was doing there, light bulb moment. Let's see, the structure is our next point for nonfiction review. So that is where I struggled. I found myself, so you know, I'm reading the first quarter of the book, and then I realized I'm not reading this in the right order, like in the little picture boxes, you know? So I'm like, do I go like this or do I go down like that? And I had been going down like that. This page isn't really a good example since we have some of these longer boxes. But like, yeah, I was going down like that when I should have been doing like that. Reading, what is this, left to right? Yeah, left to right. When that's what you're supposed to do. So I read like a whole quarter of this book wrong. Now, this is probably me being ignorant, but I wish graphic novels, graphic memoirs started like, we start our first section, our first chapter. Okay, we start with a big picture like this, but then when we get, I wish it had like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you know, or however the images lined up. I wish it had like a direction just to get you in, like just in that first chapter, and then you're like, okay, this is the gist of it. That's how it goes. So I did struggle with that. I struggled following it. And then with the, towards the end, when we are getting to modern times, like 2015, when Trump was running for office is what I'm trying to say. That is when it just felt very chaotic when, and I mean, since that era, since like 2016, the world has been pretty chaotic on a lot of different fronts, not just Trump, but it was just very like, I was getting thrown right into these chapters. I was like, whoa, what's happening here? Who are these people? Where are we? What's going on? I was just very confused, and it was very jolting in those last, let's say, 5 chapters of the book. But with the art style, I do love the art style and the use of colors, and these pictures are just so vivid to me. I can so easily see them come to life, and I think that's so awesome when an author can do that, or when an artist can do that. I know that might not be the intention every time, but that is what I do see here. So maybe I should do my nonfiction call pal. I know, because call pal is an abbreviation on its own that's not nonfiction related. So maybe I will do that and see what I end up rating this. So I'm sorry I don't have a number for y'all right now, but if you do want a number, you can check out Goodreads, Storygraph, Fable. I think those are all linked down below. If they're not, I'm sorry, but at least one of them will be linked down below if you guys would like to see what star rating I give this book. But I hope y'all enjoyed me getting scared by Fred. That's so funny. But it's almost time for the hockey game. Yep, in about 15 minutes here, 14 minutes to be exact. It's going to be at a venue that I've never watched one at. It's in Athens, Georgia, because I discover a new Athens like every day. I forget where the most recent one was, but I was like, oh, didn't know that existed. Yeah, so that is all for now, because I think I might have an update for Kiss Her Once for Me. Sorry, my jacket is like hitting the tree. Like this is, I have this chair way too close to the tree, and this chair is causing issues. Fred's scaring me. It's a good time out here. I'll learn to be at a weird angle with weird lighting, because the little stool I sit on at my desk, the leg fell off. One of the legs fell off, and now it's a tripod. So we're gonna hope that my dad will help me fix that, because I'm not good with tools. I think I will need an actual drill, but oh gosh. So I have my feet on this little one, which is not too steady on the carpet, but besides the point. So we got to the halfway point in Kiss Her Once for Me. I wish I could sit it somewhere for y'all to see it. Okay, here are my notes. So we're gonna go over my notes for this quarter of the book. If you guys like how I do this, let me know, and I can definitely try to do it for my ebooks, but just let me know if you like these quarterly updates. So You have a lot of different romance tropes in this book, because I know romance is a genre that is so trope heavy, and people have the tropes that they like, the tropes that they dislike. So in here we have fake dating. I'm like, do we want to say it's fake dating? Yes. Marriage of convenience, and we had the only one bed trope, and those aren't even all for our main couple here. There's a lot going on here, where polyamory is talked about all the time, and I'm like, I think all these people's problems would be fixed if they just did that. We will see where that goes. My answer to the Andrew and Dylan question that I talked about in a previous vlog. I won't get the answer here because I don't want to spoil y'all. But something with the characters, the main character, who it's the only character we had a POV of, at least at this point, again, we're at the halfway point, is that Ellie is relatable, but she's not necessarily likable, and I don't have an emotional connection with her, but the anxiety representation is so spot on. I do not know about some of the other things, like the I don't even know exactly. She's demisexual, so is that her sexuality? I don't know for sure, so that's why I'm being hesitant. And then we have like characters who are Korean American, all that. I do not know about that representation, if it is done well, but the anxiety and mental health representation has been spot on. It's something with this book, it feels like this is trying too hard. It's too on the nose. I'm not really feeling chemistry between who I'm assuming are people on the cover. Not really feeling chemistry there, but again, we will see where it goes. But I feel like at the 50% mark, I went too hard. It's like too on the nose, and you do have miscommunication in here, because every romance book has to have miscommunication, doesn't it? And then one of the plot twists at around the halfway point, oh my gosh, I was not expecting, and it had me be like, what? And I'm so happy about that, because some of the things in this book, I'm like, man, this should have been a plot twist. It shouldn't have been on the blurb of the book, but that's not how it was executed. But this plot twist, I was like, what? So are we getting a plot twist like every quarter? That would be super cool. But that is all for the day. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you made it all the way through, leave a Christmas emoji in the comments below. And as always, comment, rate, and subscribe. And don't forget to ring that notification bell to be notified when all my videos go live. I'll see you in my next one. Bye!